Welcome to the 14th part of our 438,000 part series, Better Know a Speedrunner, Horror Month. Today, we'll learn more about Trey D. Trey is one of the most unique runners I've come across and is an absolute monster in Resident Evil 2 Remake, having gained and regained the world record dozens of times in a multitude of categories. All the while bringing the talent and eccentricity of the Circus to his stream with juggling, face painting, and more. A quick note before we get started. If you're a speedrunner yourself and you're interested in being featured in this series, hit me up on Discord or simply let me know in the comments below. Trey D, more commonly but less accurately known as 7Ray D, is a 28-year-old full-time speedrunner and streamer from Helsinki, Finland. Prior to his current vocation, Trey was a teacher and performer in the Circus. Trey has always been passionate about video games, but he admits that for much of his life, he felt a hole inside him that gaming wasn't able to fill.
I've played games as long as I remember. There's a picture of me playing SNES, and I'm like 2 years old, and I have baby bottle hanging from my teeth. I've grown around playing games, but always kinda lost outside gaming. I was really bad at anything social, still am, in a way, but I had only gaming growing up. I was most of my life really depressed until I found out Circus in my 20s.
Teaching and performing in the Circus brought with it a newfound purpose for Trey, but unfortunately, it wasn't made to last.
Circus really grew me as a person, taught me a lot of life lessons, and made me a better person. I ended up mainly teaching Circus and performing here and there. But after a while, after some years, I started having shoulder issues. With shoulder issues came depression. I quit performing, eventually training, and then teaching. I fell into a really dark place again. I felt on my usual safeguard, which was gaming, but I felt lost and needed something new.
And that something new came in the highly anticipated reimagining of one of Capcom's most beloved video games of all time.
Then Resident Evil 2 Remake came out, January 2019, and it ended up changing my life for the better. I finished the game and had a lot of fun. I noticed there was a challenge system. If you could beat the game under 2.5 hours, and with 3 saves or less, you would get S+ rank. I was like, challenge accepted. I managed to do it, but after I thought, I can do this faster. I grinded until I got it down to 1 hour 16 minutes. I was like, yeah. Then I had a light bulb moment. I have always watched speedruns of my favorite games. Why don't I try it myself? I was in a way already doing it. I got involved with the speedrun community and started learning.
Speedrunning came naturally to Trey. In a matter of mere days, he found himself at the top of a leaderboard, and it quickly became clear that he likely had something original to offer on Twitch.
I was a quick learner. I got my first world record, like within a week after I started learning the speedrun strats. The game was new, I was running the less popular category, so it made it that easier. After this I thought, I had a world record. Maybe I should try streaming. Streaming has always kind of piqued my interest. Maybe people would be interested to watch me speedrun. So I started streaming. And I started growing relatively fast as a total new streamer with no follower base before. I also took my previous Circus background into the channel team. And now a regular thing is to do face paint streams here and there. And you can expect some juggle and be part of the speedruns and such.
I dropped the ball! There was no denying the draw of this unique new streamer within the RE2 Remake community, and almost immediately, Trey found himself racing against the best horror speedrunners in the world on one of the platform's largest speedrunning events.
2 weeks into streaming, I got invited into Twitch rival speedrun competition for Resident Evil 2 Remake. I was nervous and excited. I grinded my heart out for that competition, and I placed 4th. I was really proud how well I did as a new speedrunner among veteran runners. I ran to my dad. I was like, oh my god, I placed so high. I think I just won some money. The event got my channel growing even more. I got even highlighted doing some juggling on the event.
He's juggling in the speedrun.
Are you... What?
This man is insane.
Trey's streams are far from just a gimmick, however. He's a serious competitor. In a speedrunning career that barely spans more than 1.5 years, he's already broken a staggering amount of records.
I'm still a relatively new streamer, not even 2 years in total, and I'm still mainly speedrunning Resident Evil 2 Remake. I learned some other speedruns, but I feel like I have almost more to give for Resident Evil 2 Remake when my world records get beaten. To this day, the competition is fierce with one of my main competition, Orchelon, and the times just keep getting lower and lower. In 2 years, I gained or reclaimed the world record at least 40 times in various categories of Resident Evil 2 Remake. I've mainly stuck around speedrunning Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 2 Remake, 3 Remake, the original Resident Evil 3. I'm looking forwards to Resident Evil 8 next year. All my main inspirations to stream and speedrun early on was Microwave and Waifu. Both were streaming Resident Evil 2 Remake back then.
Although new to speedrunning, he's certainly not new to competitive gaming. And one particular game helped Trey learn a valuable skill that transfers very well to his new pastime.
Fuck me in the ass. Fuck you, you stupid cunt. Monkey. Fuck that.
I learned a lot of good habits for speedrunning, playing and following competitive StarCraft for years. I even aspired to become a pro at one point. Before StarCraft, I used to rage a lot in games. StarCraft made me a calmer person. It taught me how to study my own play, see where I was weak, where I could improve on. These skills have had an enormous help with speedrunning.
Trey recognizes the sacrifices that go into creating a successful stream, and it's a hard balance with one of the terrifying realities every streamer faces while working towards turning it into a full-time job.
Streaming is a lot of work if you want to make it full-time. I used to stream up to 8 to 12 hours while working after stream on streaming stuff like emotes and channel art, or I was practicing speedrunning while trying to network with other speedrun channels. Worst part, to some extent, always in the back of my head I was thinking, I might not make it, even if I put so much effort into it. There's always some luck involved. I'd say one of the more important things is to network with similar channels as yours.
Personally, I think that Trey is on the right track to serious growth with his new career on Twitch, and while his story has had a few dark periods, the future is looking bright. In that spirit, Trey would like to close on a bright note by telling you a little more about his channel's mascot.
My channel originally had a mascot. I found him from a cereal box within Resident Evil 2 Remake. It was a rabbit. I named him Bobby. A lot of my free FFC channel emotes are based on it. One time, somebody in my chat tried googling what was Bobby, and he found out Bobby the twerking llama.
It's all new Bobby, the booty-shaking llama from Zuru Pets Alive.
I laughed so much when I first found it out, but I also couldn't resist to not get one, and it has grown to become the actual channel mascot. Bobby twerks daily on my channel to exhaustion.
Bobby, the booty-shaking llama, each sold separately.
Before we go, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Trey D for taking the time to answer the questions for this feature. You can find links to his YouTube, Twitch channel, and Twitter in the description below. Don't forget to give him a follow. I hope you enjoyed today's Better Know a Speedrunner. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. The entire month of October is dedicated to highlighting horror game speedrunners, so hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss them. As usual, I'd love any and all feedback you may have, so just leave it in the comments below. Finally, special thanks to our super generous Patreon supporters, Totally Not a Mimic and Happy Code Monkey. And if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next run.